again. Welcome to another edition of another episode of Hashtag Heels for Life. I am your boy, Mr. Team Bring It, aka Chris Dilworth, coming to you once again with Hashtag Heels for Life. Episode 30. Yes, everybody, we have gotten to episode motherfucking 30. Yes. And tonight, everybody, I'm gonna let y'all know something. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I have been so hyped for this episode. However, I'm not really in my true form this evening because first of all, I've had a very long week. I start my new shift tomorrow, and yes, Mr. Sea Dog. Yes, okay, yes, he's going to come through in a minute. But anyway, let me go back to my story. Okay, so I start my new shift tomorrow. Okay, it's still Tuesday through Saturday. It's 9 to 6. I just found out that I'm going to be in the same group that I was in that I've been trying to get out of for the longest. But anywho, it doesn't matter. Like I said, I did not want to come on the show tonight because I'm exhausted. I am tired. But when it comes to wrestling, I don't give a fuck. I am going to come on and I'm going to perform for you guys. I'm going to tell you guys like it is, how it's supposed to be, how a true podcast or wrestling podcast is supposed to be from a dedicated and very outspoken podcaster of wrestling. You know what I'm saying? So we are trying to be the number one wrestling podcast on fucking Facebook and eventually on YouTube. As a matter of fact, speaking of YouTube, we have a new channel, Hashtag Heels for Life Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe today. For the folks that are listening to us right now on YouTube, we do our shows every Thursday night, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. So if you got a question, always leave your comments down below on the comment screen, and remember to give us a thumbs up. All right, so without further ado, let me bring on my podcast. Let me bring on my co-host, Mr. C Dog Collins. All right, and remember to share the fuck out this damn podcast. All right. Let me get him on real quick. Okay, he's not showing up. All right. So while we're waiting for Mr. C Dog Collins, I'm gonna go ahead and basically just key with you guys, whatever, for a little bit while Mr. C Dog comes, and then we're gonna, like I say, officially start. How has everybody week been so far? That's number one. Damn. This is what I hate about doing this shit live. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everything happens in real time, and so all of my fuck ups, it happens live. I mean, it happens when you're doing like live television, but like wrestling this week has been absolutely trash. Oh my god, no bullshit. Like, I did not see Raw, and I seen a little bit of SmackDown. So I had to sit here and try to figure out what the fuck was I going to talk about on the show. I barely watched Raw. I seen a little bit of Raw because I was watching the NBA finals. And then on SmackDown, I just totally did not give a fuck. I was totally I just said, well, shit, what the fuck am I going to talk about? So what I did was tonight is I took some of the shit that you guys were talking about on Facebook and on YouTube. I seen a couple of podcasts, and I basically took those talking points, and I took the talking points that you guys were talking about on Facebook, and I just put it together for tonight's podcast. So if you guys have anything relevant to talk about, you know that you can leave that shit down below. All right, so I think Mr. C-Dog just came in, so let's go ahead and add him, and we're going to go ahead and start the show. Ooh, yes, I'm thirsty. Ooh, yes, my mouth is really, really dry right now. Oh yes, that feels good. Yes. All right. What's going on? Hey, dog. What's going on?
Not much.
Oh damn. Look, I should be the only one that's like kind of drained right now. Nigga, you sound like you just been through a car wreck. What the fuck? What, dude? Come on now. You got to give me some damn life. I can't be the only one giving you life on this podcast. And I had a horrible ass fucking week. Shit. Please give me some fucking life. I can't be the only energizer battery or energizer rabbit in this bitch. You know, I can't keep going and going like most folks. But, okay. All right. So once again, like I said, I'm Mr. Team Bring It. That's Mr. T Dog. And so tonight's podcast, like I said before we came on, instead of talking about Raw and SmackDown, I just have talking points that we really need to go over tonight. You know what I'm saying? Because I am not gonna lie to you guys. And shout out to this one dude named I think CD or no JD something. I'll get in the middle of the podcast, whatever. But I seen his podcast, and shout out to Mr. Aaron for sending me that podcast that he was like literally just like his talking points about Roman Reigns and how trash Roman is. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh my God, love the fuck out of that podcast. I definitely subscribe. Once I get the information, I'm gonna definitely share it with you guys. But anyway, the main shit that we're gonna talk about tonight is WWE's booking. I mean, low energy. I mean, like it's just like totally not interesting. And remind you guys, we are fucking less than 4 weeks away from Money in the Bank. And around this time, Money in the Bank be like off the fucking chain as far as their like storylines go. And like right now, like like I told you, Monday and Tuesday, I did not see neither one show. But now I did kind of dip and dab a little bit, so I can't say I didn't see it, but I did see it. But when I did, I immediately turned to TNN or TNT, yeah. And I watched the NBA Finals, and that gave me more life than the WWE that's producing this bullshit they call Raw and SmackDown. So without further ado, let's go ahead and start. All right, so Mr. Theodore, the first thing that I really want to cover is the first thing that really actually started off my week after we got done with episode 29 was there was some breaking news that came out from the WWE when they was on this red carpet or whatever from NBC or some shit. They had some type of special. Nia Jax versus Rhonda Rousey for the Women's Championship at Money in the Bank. Now, I do not know if WWE is fucking I don't know, depressed right now, or they like really want fans to really tune in to they shit. But I really feel that I don't give a fuck how good Ronda Rousey did at WrestleMania. It is not her time to be anywhere near the women's championship. Excuse me. I just don't feel it right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she did she did a couple arm bars and leg drags and all that good shit. Did a couple of singles,
What?
Thank you. Ronda versus Nia Jax, I just don't think it's a really good idea. Not right now. And if it does happen, it should end up as either a DQ. Well, neither one of them are heels, so moving on. It should end up in some type of controversial, like, you know what I'm saying, fashion. Like, you know what I'm saying, like probably Natalia, she'll probably come out and she might, turn on Ronda Rousey. But I just really feel that right now, Ronda Rousey should not be the number one contender right now. Like it just no,
Well,
it shouldn't.
well, I mean, it's not even where she's the number one contender. I mean, basically Nia flat out challenged her. So, I mean, it's where we're pretty much skipping the number one contender anything. I mean, pretty much she's basically the challenger. And
Chef, I understand that, Ronda Rousey, sat there and said, oh, well, no, I'm not deserving. Look, anytime that you are the number one contender for a championship, I don't think you will turn that down. I don't give a fuck if they just say, oh, well, no, I'm good. No, she's not going to turn that shit down. She's going to go ahead. She's going to go for that damn belt. She would be stupid to turn down an opportunity like this. I still feel that she's going to win, but, I digress. But, when it comes to the WWE, we thought that, Roman Reigns was going to win against Brock Lesnar, and you see what happened with that. They did a complete
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I think
that's why
I think WWE is even tired of him. I think WWE is even tired of being like, you know what? We're tired of supporting you. We've been doing this for 2 years. We're tired. We're just fucking tired.
When the motherfucker's still doing the same fucking shit that he did yesterday for the last 6 years. Suplex City. Okay, can you do something else? Can you do a submission move? Can you do a Hurricanrana? Do one of them stupid ass moves that you did at WrestleMania 19. Do that little shooting star press or whatever. Make somebody. Be interesting for once. For a minute. Do a motherfucking power bomb. Do a power bomb. Break somebody's neck. Oops. Shouldn't have said that. Okay, but do something that is interesting. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That was really cruel. But I'm just saying, Brock Lesnar is a fucking beast. We know what Brock Lesnar is capable of. The WWE want to sit back and they want to say, oh, well, we're bored of Brock Lesnar, but yet you are the motherfuckers that went back and was like, well, Suplex City gets over with the fans, but you want him to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over again. This is not a John Cena match. This is not a squash match. This is one of them. He is the Universal Champion. He needs to keep us entertained and do something where we can see him, but we can't see him. Yep. I'm up here doing it. But you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to be one of them things that I'm just sitting here and I'm bitching, quote unquote, because I don't come on the podcast bitching. I come on here and say facts, and we're gonna address that one in a minute. But anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have cut you off. I'm just kind of pissed about this situation.
No, you're you're pretty much right. It's where it is a little early for her, but obviously during this time, hopefully, let me back up for a second. Not obviously, but hopefully, it's where that she's getting some ring time in. I know that she's already had a WWE Live event debut, but it was a tag match. A singles competition match is a lot different than a tag team match because you can't tag somebody in when you start to feel tired. You got to do it on your own. So It's where she's got to get that chance to build up that endurance and also to carry a match on her own. Well, not really on her own, but basically be able to.
You the first time carry it on her own. You're also going to have, your part or your opponent that's going to help you get through the match. But sooner or later, she's going to be on her own. Where she's going to be can she carry a match? Can she get through the match, like you said, without saying, like a fat dude that won't cake? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I have concerns about this match. just don't think that this is the right time for the WWE to start awarding Rhonda for having an awesome match at WrestleMania. It was an awesome match. I'm not saying that she don't deserve to be the number one contender, but what I'm saying is that she needs more matches before she start getting that brass ring or whatever, that imaginary brass ring that, you know, Vince McMahon be talking about. Because she talked about she want to be different from all the others in the WWE, but from what I'm seeing, you just came into WWE and already got title shots. And remind you, you are a full-time celebrity fighter that just came from the UFC. You got your ass whooped. And yet you come into WWE and you're already number one contender for the women's championship.
This is true. This is true. So I mean,
I don't know.
It's going to be rough.
I think I'm just going to sit back and I'm just going to like just observe, and we're going to see what comes out of this in the next couple of weeks. Now, let me ask you this. With that being said, how do you think that this whole storyline is going to like play out? I mean, they do have 3 weeks. Yeah, about three or 4 weeks to kind of build this up. And right now, all I see is nothing but smiley faces, emojis, and you know, talk about, oh, I'm so honored to meet you, and I'm so honored to fight you, and all this shit. I mean, how do you think this is going to play out?
I mean, my honest opinion, I would hope that WWE wouldn't automatically put the title on Rhonda just because of her star status. I would hope that wouldn't happen. But I'm also hoping that that both Nia and Rhonda, you know, give the fans a great match. But if it were me, and I had a rookie, because that's basically what Rhonda is. If I had a rookie coming into the company, and I basically gave them that title opportunity, I would either have them, and I mean, with both of them basically being being babyface wrestlers, I would basically either have the champion go over by either count out or DQ.
Okay.
Or basically have a third party basically cost the match for either the challenger or the champion. I mean, either way, it's where you want your champion to look strong, you want your challenger to look strong. But it's definitely where that. I mean, Nia has not had the championship long, so I mean, to be quite honest, I think it's where that, you know, they still need to let her, you know, kind of carry it just to see how she handles being a champion. I mean, right now, just by basically carrying it and challenging, you know, Ronda Rousey, I mean, yeah, she's definitely showing the confidence of a champion. But I mean, right now, I mean, that's pretty much all we got right now.
So let me ask you this. I know this is a little bit early, but how do you think she's faring as a women's champion? And I'm talking about Nia Jax.
I think she's doing all right. I mean, like I said, I mean, when you're a champion of a company, I mean, you're basically the face of the company. No ifs, ands, or buts. It doesn't matter if you're the men's heavyweight champion or the women's. With the women's, because it's at this point of where they're building up the women's division to get out of that. They've been basically building it up to get out of that eye candy type spotlight to basically become women athletes. So as a champion, you basically gotta show that you can not only carry this championship, but also defend it as well. Now, as I stated, with Ronda being the rookie, I mean, Nia better bring it. That's about all I can say. I mean, with some of the moves that Ronda can do right now, it's where that, yeah, she's been going up against women that are about the same size as her or a little bit smaller. That's great. But now you pretty much you literally have a heavyweight type contender now. You're not going to be able to do this whole, I'm going to grab your arm and then flip over real fast. No, you ain't going to be able to do all that.
Exactly.
You're going to have to change up how you wrestle, just like Nia's going to have to change up.
Yep, exactly. And that's why I said, like, I'm being very careful what I'm saying, because this is very early, but at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and bullshit you guys and say, "Oh, yay, I'm happy for this match." And in actuality, I'm not. I'm very upset, because here's the WWE hypocrisy coming out once again. You say that you know what I'm saying, you want to, make her a big star. You cannot make somebody a big star overnight, as you tried to do with Jinder Mahal. You made this motherfucker put him in the oven for 45 seconds and thought that he was going to be this awesome-ass champion in, and as you can see, he was an epic motherfucking belt. And as you can see, you see where his ass is at right now. But I digress. Let's move on.
I see some.
Go ahead.
I'm seeing some of the comments. Tori, I feel like Rhonda's MMA background is going to come into play. Is going to be a factor regardless. Doesn't matter who she's going up against. Her MMA background is going to be a factor. As you've pretty much seen, that's pretty much how she's been wrestling. She's been wrestling pretty much MMA style with a little bit of wrestling. Over time, she'll be able to kind of blend the two together. But right now, she's doing more MMA than she is actual wrestling. From her fury punches, whenever she has somebody in the corner, to her arm drags, because pretty much she's doing a takeover type move. She's not even doing an actual type arm drag. She's basically doing a takedown. Hence why whenever she grabs somebody by the arm, she's using her whole body to toss somebody over.
Exactly.
So, like I said, right now, MMA, less wrestling. But over time, she'll be able to blend the two. And unfortunately, it's going to be where she's going to have to blend it real quick when it comes to that Money in the Bank match, because Nia Jax she's not a Mickie James, she's not an Alexa Bliss, she's not a Sasha Banks, she's none of these other smaller type women wrestlers that are currently on the roster. She right now is the biggest women superstar in WWE, and anybody that wrestles her needs to take that into account, because it's where she can move, she can wrestle, and she can use that weight to her ability. So,
and I think this is the first woman that Ronda went against that's a little bit bigger than her. As a matter of fact, and we're talking from a scripted environment. Okay, so with that being said, everything's choreographed. But like I said, Ronda has not been in a WWE wrestling ring for a long time. And going back to that one comment Eric just said, her being a star, what the fuck does that mean? I understand that she's a star, but she's a star that she's playing with uncharted waters. She's in an uncharted environment. So it doesn't matter if you was a star. You was a star somewhere else. When you came to the WWE, everybody is starting to be introduced to Rhonda Rousey. Okay, we want to know what the version of Rhonda Rousey in the WWE, not in the UFC. We already know we already know what you did in UFC. We understand that you was a beast in the UFC. What the fuck are you doing in the WWE? That is what we are concerned about. Okay.
Right.
Now, moving on, speaking of Jinder Mahal, I was just talking about him earlier. So, what do you think about this Jinder Mahal versus Roman Reigns? Because from what I'm getting from this rivalry, number one, Roman Reigns, as we've seen on Raw, Roman Reigns is no longer matter of fact, he can't even qualify for Money in the Bank. That's number one. Number two, why in the fuck are you going against somebody that looked like a Craig character off of WWE 2K18? And that's my shout out to my one guy that said that shit on our YouTube. Yes, Jinder Mahal. Yes, when you look at him very closely, that man looked like he was created overnight on WWE 2K18 without attribution points. But I digress. What do you think about this shit, bro?
I'm definitely kind of curious on what exactly their destination is. Basically, I'm very curious as to what their destination is when it comes to Jinder Mahal and Roman Reigns, because you basically have two guys that basically the fans don't like. I mean, when it comes to a match between them two, the fans are pretty much going to be like, well, shit. I really don't know who I want to boo more. I don't like him because that's Jinder Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
But then I don't like him because that's Roman Reigns. Well, fuck.
So I'm not saying
Rusev Day. Rusev Day. Rusev.
Okay, so you're gonna have to like kind of get me to understand this shit, because from a logic standpoint, like it just does not make sense. Like the WWE already like used Roman Reigns to squash Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe right now is like completely irrelevant right now, and now you put Roman against a man that is like no better than you when it comes to failing. You put him against
right.
Jinder Mahal. Like, what the fuck Jinder Mahal has done lately? Like, what makes him like?
Not really done much. And I understand what some of our fans are saying, that basically, you know, WWE is trying to see if Roman can get over with someone that the WWE universe hates more. Okay, I understand that, but think about this. Even when they put Roman up against Samoa Joe, what happened? They freaking cheered the fuck out of Samoa Joe whenever he was beating the shit out of Roman. And when Roman won, the freaking crowd was booing. So to be quite honest, and here's my opinion, what's gonna end up happening is the same thing is basically what happened with Samoa Joe. They're gonna be like, you know what? Fine. You want to put him against Jinder? Yeah, we do hate Jinder Mahal, but we hate this motherfucker more. So and boo Roman.
I mean, do they not understand that fans just do not accept Roman Reigns as being the top face? I'm like, dude, you cannot sit back and like come up with these scenarios and Cinderella stories and then think that this shit is going to work with Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has already just been trashed. Already, the bleeding has been the product, or this experiment that the WWE likes to like do or display on a daily basis, weekly basis. He has been bleeding and bleeding and bleeding for the last 5 years. He has been bleeding so much that you can't put on the fucking bed. That man has been bleeding just like the fucking Mississippi River. There's no hope for Roman. The only thing that you can do for Roman is to turn him heel. Whether you try to turn him into an underdog, and yes, I peeped that shit on Raw last week. Whether you try to put him against a motherfucker that is more trash, no, just about as trash as you, Jinder Mahal, that does not mean that fans are going to cheer for Roman Reigns. What they're going to do is like we seen on Raw. Right. Jinder was beating the fuck out of Roman, and guess what? He got cheered. Jinder Mahal got cheered over Roman Reigns. And the WWE still do not get this shit. And then as soon as Roman got the upper hand, they booed Roman. Is everybody paying attention? I don't think the WWE is paying attention because they're still doing the same shit that they was doing yesterday. But, okay. I don't know shit. I'm just a fan. I just sit back and I just watch it. I don't know shit.
And the basic kind of answer your question, Eric, there ain't really, WWE can't prove to us that Roman Reigns isn't the top guy anymore. There's plenty of other guys that are basically the top guy right now that WWE isn't backing, i.e. Rusev, i.e. Braun Strowman. Them two guys right now, along with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, freaking AJ Styles and Shinsuke right now. All five of those guys are basically fighting for the top guy spot right now. And to be quite honest, I'd have to say freaking Rusev Day. Rusev is over like a motherfucker because they'll freaking say Rusev Day when it's not even SmackDown. Rusev won't even be in the damn building, and you'll hear the fans cheering Rusev Day every now and then. So my opinion, right now, Rusev is the top guy.
That's really fucked up that your guy is right here, and yet you keep ignoring him because you want this man that you've been slobbering and getting wet all over and getting all hot and moist or whatever for the last 5 years. Mr. Roman Reigns, they still trying to get this motherfucker over, but yet the nigga's still stagnant. And then the crazy thing is about this whole situation, we know that Roman Reigns is not going nowhere. They trying to get fans to be sympathetic, and it's not working. It's not working. It might work for Cena back in the day, but it's not going to work for Roman today. So, it's speaking of
talent. Hang on a second. Talent. AJ Styles is the top guy technically because he's the WWE champion on SmackDown. But as far as being over, like way over with the fans, it's Rusev. And as somebody just said, friggin' they're doing Rusev Day chants at friggin' Ring of Honor events. Come on. Rusev isn't even in Ring of Honor. And they're doing Rusev Day. Come on.
And you telling me that this man is not over? Okay. But excuse me. At WWE, are they chanting for your current face right now, Roman Reigns? No. But yeah, you gonna put him in the damn underdog type of storyline? Seriously? We gonna do that? Okay. Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that trash ass motherfucker anymore because he pissing me off. Anyway, let's go on to some bigger news. Matter of fact, you just talked about these two, Shinsuke versus Shinsuke. I'm sorry, AJ Styles. This past week on SmackDown, in this match, it was winner pick stipulation for that match at Money in the Bank. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was actually one of the best matches that I seen this week. Honestly,
yes. Yes.
It's going to be really interesting what that stipulation is going to be. I'm thinking that's probably going to be a last man standing match. That's what I'm thinking. What about you?
You know what? I agree with that. I think their next match is going to end up being a last man standing match because from the last pay-per-view when they basicai dick kicked each other and the ref basically counted them both out. I agree with you. I think Nakamura is going to end up making it a last man standing match. And I mean honestly, I'm loving the Nakamura and Styles storyline right now. I'm loving it. With some with some championship storylines, you kind of get bored because it's like they're they're throwing more of their own opinion in instead of like letting the wrestlers kind of come up with their own thing. But with with Styles and Nakamura, it kind of feels like where they're basically being like, you know what, you guys take it away. I mean, it would be. I personally feel like it would be stupid for the WWE to basically be like, okay, well, Nakamura and AJ, you guys gonna do this, this, and this. Why?
No.
These guys basically feuded in New Japan. I mean, they had an awesome match in New Japan. So why would you sit here try to throw in your 2 cents? Why would you try to throw in your 2 cents into their match?
No! The creative team, as trash as they are, they do not need to be anywhere near this storyline. Let Shinsuke and AJ Styles do their thing. Just leave them alone. Yeah. They have done enough damage as it is. But no, I totally agree with you. I'm digging this storyline as well. And it's only gonna get hotter for the next couple months, all the way to
definitely.
So
definitely. When Shinsuke turned heel at WrestleMania, literally he's basically been climbing that, been building it. Him and AJ both have been building this story up since then. And I'm sorry, they need to make a shirt. They need to make a shirt for Shinsuke that basically says no speak English. They need to just go ahead and make him a shirt. They need to make Nakamura a shirt that says no speak English and call it a day. Because that was hilarious.
As a true asshole and a hashtag heel, I will when that shit comes out on WWE shop.com, I will be getting it. I will.
Oh yeah, me too. And Mitt to and actually this will be our next subject to talk about as far as New Day being added to one of the final spots in Money in the Bank.
All 3 of them?
No, it's not all 3 of them. The stipulation that was given to the match between the Bar and New Day was that whichever team won, that team had to pick a representative from that team to be in Money in the Bank. Which, to be quite honest, I don't know who came up with that idea, but that man needs a raise and a cookie. Give him a raise and a cookie, because that was a great idea. That was a great idea, because now with New Day over, basically New Day gotta sit at the table and be like, okay, who is gonna represent us at Money in the Bank? Now, mind you, this is where we find out how much positivity is actually in New Day. Because you have to set aside your own ego and basically be like, do I want to vote for myself? Or do I want to put in one of my tag team partners?
Come through, Matt. Come through. You better come.
Where, okay, you got Kofi who's been in Money in the Bank matches. But see, Kofi ain't never won a Money in the Bank match. So you got experience right there. You got Big E, who is not only agile, but also he is a big man. So you put agility and big man in a Money in the Bank type match, you got somebody that can basically go toe-to-toe with Braun Strowman.
Exactly.
There's that. And then you have Xavier Woods. Xavier Woods has always been the wild card of New Day because he's not a small guy to a degree. He's agile, he's in shape, he can go anytime he's in a match, he surprises the fuck out of everybody because people,
Mm-hmm.
no offense, people fall asleep on Xavier because they just see him as the black guy with all the hair and the trumpet and the trombone. And to be quite honest, they shouldn't see him like that because before he even got with New Day, he was doing his own thing, but he was still performing well.
Right.
So
And
all three of these
you
guys.
want to take it a step further. He, I believe, is the architect of New Day. Like, he is the thinker. If he wanted to just get rid of New Day with the snap of his fingers, like Thanos did to the Avengers, and make them disappear, he can do that. I'm sorry, spoiler.
Yeah, he could.
Shouldn't have said that.
So I would honestly say, and you know what, Chris, that's actually a good question to put in a poll to put in the WCC group. Basically, see who the people in the group would choose from the New Day to be in the Money in the Bank. Would they choose Big E, Kofi, or Xavier? And just to see what where their head is at.
Yeah. Good. That shit. Matter of fact, I'll do that probably either tonight or tomorrow. So let's go on to the next talking point. This is interesting. I really want everybody to and remember to share this podcast because I really want like you the fans opinion about this because this is something I actually heard from a podcast. And some of my friends or some of my followers or whatever, they was asking me in my opinion about this. So as y'all know, the WWE was currently in London right now. They're doing like a little mini tour over there right now. And both Raw and SmackDown were taped and edited as well. So the crowd did some things that we couldn't see on television because the WWE likes to edit shit out, especially in taped environments. So there were a chant that you suck Cena at Carmella on SmackDown, but that shit was edited out. Now, what I'm gonna say is about the WWE is you motherfuckers are some fucking pussies. I'm not going to lie to you guys. You motherfuckers want to be on of the fucking world. You want to have ratings. You want people to pay attention to you. But then when it comes to controversy on your television shows, you motherfuckers want to pick and choose and see like, oh, we can keep that. No, let's get rid of that. I don't want that. Especially when it comes to John Cena and Roman Reigns, you motherfuckers always want to say, no, we can't have that on television because that might make them look bad or whatever. No. Because look, I had to go back and I had to hear some tapes or I had to hear audio about when that chant actually occurred when they was chanting at Carmella about you sucked up John Cena and and I'm like, wow, I didn't hear that on television. I did know it was edited out. Yeah.
Well, I think it's funny, and to be quite honest, and I'll actually kind of give my opinion about who Carmella's going to be facing at Money in the Bank. I'll give my opinion about that in a minute. But I've always found that kind of funny when WWE started editing fans. I'm not really sure when it first started, but it's where it's funny because it's WWE's way of, like you said, it's WWE's way of being like, you know what, we're gonna wipe this away. This didn't happen. They did a Jedi mind trick on the people at home watching Raw or SmackDown. That you did not hear Roman Reigns get booed. You did not hear John Cena get booed.
We didn't hear that.
What's the point of having fans if you're not gonna let them give their opinion on how they feel on superstars? I mean, it builds character. If they're gonna boo, they're gonna boo. Shit.
Money, brother. It's all about money. See,
Yep.
the WWE, they care about fans. They also care about our pockets. They want to throw anything at us just to get in our pockets. Now, we are not
Right.
allowed to chant those type of cuss words or vulgar type of talk about oral sex or whatever, which is actually probably happening in real life, but I don't know. I digress. And see, the thing is, when you edit shit out, it kind of like makes the experience like it's like we're getting stripped away from like the whole entire WWE experience because the WWE do
Right.
not want us to hear certain things. That shit is hilarious. I mean, like, come on
It
now.
is.
The crowd chanting that Carmella, you gave head to John Cena. I mean, this shit is hilarious. Do we know that shit happened in real life? No, we just all we do is just like, go buy a fucking post on fucking Facebook and somebody like, posted this shit and said, oh, well, Carmella's sleeping with John Cena. We don't know that shit. The only time we'll probably know
Yeah.
is if John Cena actually came out and actually said it. But he's not stupid enough to do that shit. But I digress. Yeah, that voiceovers and shit. Like, come on now. Do you actually you think that we're gonna actually believe that person said that shit on a voiceover? Come on now, what the fuck? And you said it a whole bunch of times that fans are getting smarter. Fans are not getting dumber. Fans are getting smarter.
Yep.
Some, not all. But you can't just put this illusion on like this is like 1996, and then like thinking that fans are not going to notice. And to answer your question about the ending shit, that shit happened as soon as WWE decided to go PG back in 2008 or 2009 or 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, that's when that shit started.
You know what? You're right. You're right. Now to talk about Carmella's opponent at Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Let me refill my tea on this one.
Oh yes, please.
Yeah, let me go ahead and refill my tea on this one because yeah.
Matter of fact, Daniel's on this one because this grape soda ain't doing me no favors. I'm getting a shout out to my dead homies. Give a shout out to my new manager, and I'm also giving a shout out to about Carmel's new opponent.
All right, so now
that burnt
when Charlotte Flair lost her rematch, this is what was going on in my head. This is what was going on in my head when that happened. I know everybody wanted to be like, oh well, this just proves that Carmella can wrestle, and it's where WWE is going to give her a chance to showcase herself as a champion. Blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Mella means money. Blah blah blah. Moonwalking across the whatever, the princess of SmackDown. Blah blah blah. No, people. The fact of the matter is, WWE had a plan. If you notice, Charlotte Flair has pretty much been a women's champion since she debuted on the main roster. She is the only female wrestler that has had not only the Raw Women's title, but also she has been the SmackDown Women's Champion. So, basically what that means is Charlotte is taking a break. So what does that mean? So that
she is
means
literally SmackDown.
So basically, they're giving Charlotte a break. When Paige stated that Asuka was going to be Carmella's next opponent, I basically went in my head, oh shit, this is what this is what they had in mind. So one or two things gonna happen. One or two things gonna happen. Asuka's either gonna beat that ass, or Carmella's gonna cheat to win, which basically builds her up more as a heel champion. Now remember that two things. C-Dog Collins basically stated there's two ways. There's only two outcomes to this match.
You better
Asuka
repeat yourself.
beat that ass and become champion, or Carmella cheats to win. Because if they have it where okay, you know what? I'll even throw in a third option. If Carmelo goes over, no cheating, no nothing. Basically, all that work they did on Asuka, all that whole undefeated streak that they put on Asuka didn't mean shit. Nothing against Carmella's talents. She's a hell of a talker. She can talk a lot of shit, and she got some moves in that ring. I'll give her that. But the fact of the matter is, if they put Carmella over on Asuka, no cheating, basically just outsmarting Asuka or whatever. They basically just shitted on Asuka and that whole undefeated streak that they built her up on.
So let me ask you this: do you think they just should put it on Asuka? Because to be really honest with you, I got a different opinion about Carmella. Carmella in real life is like really trash. I hate to say it, but there's nothing that she has done for me when she was in NXT, when she's on SmackDown. She's trash. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. I've seen better WWE Women's Champion other than her, and for her to say, and I know that this was, heel heat. She said that she was better than Trish.
Yeah, combined. She said she was better than Trish and Lita combined, and I just went, "Oh my God!"
You know what?
I was like, "No, she didn't."
You know what? I'm gonna take it back. I think Carmella is better than Lita or Trish while she's laying on her back. But I digress. I'm just, hang
on, Chris. Hang on a second, Chris. There's somebody in the comments that thought they were being funny, thought they were kind of giving a little joke. Hang on a second.
Wait a minute, about what? About what?
Okay.
About what? Because I'm ready.
I know. I got you. I'm gonna bring you up to speed. Let me put on.
Yes, please.
Let me put on. Let me take off my podcast, my C-Dog Collins podcast hat. Let me take that off, and let me put on the C-Dog Collins wrestler hat. Mr. Shane Baker, Mr. Couldn't grow hair if he wanted to, Mr. King of the Hillbillies, Mr. choking on that humble pie, Mr. choking on them crow's feet, Mr. wishes that the Nia boys retained the tag team titles. You can make your joke about how it's funny that NOD are the tag team champions, but sir, we are your tag team champions. So suck it up, Buttercup. We're gonna have these for a long time. Ain't a damn thing you or anybody else on that roster can fucking do about it.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so going back to regular programming already in progress. The next the next talking point is we really, well, No, you know what? Honestly, we really don't need to talk about that because we already talked about the creative team. So we are not going to give the creative team too much life. I'm like this. You can't give a bitch too much life. Let them die slowly. So we're going to move on. Now, this one talking point that I want to bring up before we go to fan reaction. Did you hear about this TV deal with the WWE Raw and SmackDown? I think what's that, NBCU? You know, yeah. So they own the
Oh,
USA Network that hosts both Raw and SmackDown. Now, according to what I'm
right.
reading right now, MSNBC, I'm not well, NBCU. These motherfuckers, they want Raw, but they don't want SmackDown.
I don't. Ooh, yeah. I don't know how I felt about that. I was like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
Yes.
What?
Yes. And they said, look, this is the funny part. These motherfuckers said that they are willing to I think I got it. I got it right here. They are willing to give WWE $500 million
Three times.
for 3 fucking hours on Monday Night Raw. But they said that we'll cut you a deal, but we do not want SmackDown. Yes, it does not make no motherfucking sense.
None.
That's why I'm trying. I'm like, first of all, Raw cannot perform well on a 3-hour show. Okay, so you are willing to get rid of SmackDown because of what? Because I'm sorry, like, you know, Raw not really doing me no favors. It didn't do me no favors last week, and it didn't do me no favors this week. So I'm trying to figure out what the fuck. That is not a fucking deal.
No, it's not. And Eric, to kind of answer your question, yeah, they are spending a lot of money on Raw. It's not where it wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it to have SmackDown. It's where they're not. I mean, they feel like because, excuse me, it's like somebody just said, because it's on for 3 hours. It's where you have more commercials being aired during Raw.
That's true.
So I mean, I agree. Raw is not bringing in. It may be bringing in money for the network when it's being shown on TV, but as far as for them people that are watching Raw, they're live. You can't sit here and tell me they're sitting there for 3 hours not doing any, just basically watching the entire time. You can't honestly tell me that, because I even get bored with Raw, and I'm watching. Go ahead.
If you think that we sit back on our love seats and on our beds and thinking that we watch Raw for 3 straight hours, you already losing money.
And see, the thing is, yeah, I'm like Mitt, I watch Raw on Hulu, so I'm not watching the 3-hour Raw. I'm watching an hour's worth of Raw. And even watching an hour's worth of Raw, there are some days I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing?
They got me fucked up. They really got me fucked up. Oh, Julian, yeah. There were rumors about SmackDown possibly going to Fox Sports.
Ooh,
yeah. That's exposure like a motherfucker. Yeah, and you know what? Honestly, if that happens, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't even be mad. As a matter of fact, that's more exposure for the WWE. So I wouldn't give a fuck. You know, Raw can stay up there on USA Network and they can pull off them little crappy ass ratings. But you put SmackDown on Fox Sports? Oh shit. That's exposure like a motherfucker. So go ahead, do what you do. Do what you do. But I just think it's just
right now, and you know what? And I'm gonna list it like this. All right, right now, as of right now, if I were to list who the top shows are in WWE, the top shows, I would go NXT first, SmackDown second, 205 third, Raw fourth. Well, hold up. Nope, take that back. Raw third,
you might want to
205 fourth.
Because we don't even know what the fuck be going on 205 unless somebody send a post out on Facebook.
Right. 205 fourth. 205 fourth. And then you got the network as fifth, because pretty much the network's used for all the pay-per-views and everything. And Lindsay, I don't know who the heck you are, and to be quite honest, I really don't give a fuck. But the fact of the matter is,
like I say on this program, I'm not going to give too much. I'm not going to give a bitch too much life. Let them die slowly. Continue.
There you go. I don't know who you are, and to be quite honest, I really don't give a fuck. But the fact of the matter is, everybody that watches wrestling is a mark in some way. But for you to come on this podcast and to basically call us typical marks, lady, do me a favor. Go the fuck home, slap the batteries in your dildo, and get the fuck on somewhere.
Pause. Excuse me. She's a lady?
I guess.
Never
Lindsay Polando.
Oh.
Lindsay Polando.
By even saying her name, you're giving her too much airtime. Do like that one white woman from Oakland and pass on by. Keep on going. Okay, let's go.
Her freaking memes are breaking the internet. Her memes are breaking the internet right now.
Like I said, that one chick down there that made that little comment, we're gonna do a meme about her in a minute. She'll shut the fuck up. Anyway, let's move on. I'm sorry. Before we move on, so you think that this is a bad idea, basically?
I mean, honestly, it is. But when you explained how basically that's more exposure for SmackDown by going to Fox, you know what? That makes sense, because it is. I mean, yeah, freaking Raw has to go on for 3 hours, and they're not really getting over with the fans because they got Roman Reigns stuck on their shit.
Yeah.
So you know what? Yeah, I agree that SmackDown being moved to Fox, I think that'd be a good deal. That'd be a good deal. That'd be a good deal for them.
I think so too. So when we get more information about this, everybody, we'll definitely follow up with you guys about this. But yeah, we just want to bring it to your attention because I think that was a very interesting type of topic or whatever, and I wanted to bring it to your attention. So, bro, we're gonna go ahead with fan reaction, and then after that, I'm gonna get a few calls, and I'll bring you on for our last segment, Trash of the Week. Sounds good?
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds good, man.
All right. So we will see Mr. C. Collins later. All right, so damn, we got 27 people. Damn. Okay. All right. I see y'all. Okay. So for the people that is joining us for the very first time on #HEELS4LYFE Wrestling Podcast, this is how we're going to do this shit. All right, so I will give you guys 6 minutes to speak with me about how you feel about, what's going on in today's wrestling, what's going on in today's current events, blah, blah, blah. And then I go on to the next caller. So if this is your very first time, please tell me your name, where you're from, and tell me how you feel. And then, yeah, that's about it. Okay. So let me get my timer, and I'll be right back. All right. Damn, I almost bust my shit. Okay, so got 4 callers. Okay, so let's go ahead with the first one. Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. And please, I need some new callers. New callers. Okay, so come on in. Bring your friends. Share this podcast because tonight we are on fire tonight. And Lindsay, I'm not, like I told you, I'm not giving you no life, girl, boy, whatever. I don't know what the fuck you are. Anyway, all right. So Aaron, let me get you on real quick. All right. You know what? I should have. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Oh no, I gotta take that. Oh, I gotta keep this shit on. Oh, this shit. Oh, this shit making me sweat. I haven't been feeling all fucking good all damn day. Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good. Chilling.
And of course, you're calling from
Jacksonville, Florida.
All right. So, like I said before, it's been a very interesting week, and you're very opinionated, just like me. So I need you to spit her and say what you gotta say.
Okay. So let me touch on a couple things. I didn't get to do this last week, and I meant to.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to clown the shit out of Charlotte for the busted implant shit. Because listen, no, here's why. Nigga, I seen the nudes, okay? I seen the nudes when they came out. Nigga, that's what happens when you got to go from damn near an A cup to a C cup. My nigga.
No. No.
Nigga, yo, no, stop.
No.
Don't walk away. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. Her ass literally looks like the letter C, my nigga. It's not my fault, okay?
Really?
It's not my fault.
I mean, you look.
Look it up. Go look it up.
Say Charlotte ass
Go look it up.
like the letter C. Seriously?
Nigga, her ass look like this. It's concave. Like it this like
That's really bogus. Like that's really, really her. That so you saying that she looked like a mannequin doll?
Okay.
What you saying? Seriously? That
yes.
saying?
Nigga, Charlotte is the most unfortunately shaped female in the WWE currently.
You said unfortunate. That's so
It is. Nigga, that shape is unfortunate. Call a spade, my dude. Come on.
Let's just hope that she don't age like Ric Flair. Woo! I mean, like, time out, my nigga. I don't know if you. All right, listen. If we was watching that the segment with her and Rhonda and Nia, nigga, she looked about 45. Nigga, Charlotte looked about every bit of 45. Nigga, Charlotte looked like she could be on the MILF section of Pornhub, like for real, like. You look, you are not gonna sit up here and disrespect Pornhub like that. I watch Pornhub. Okay, I go to Pornhub to get my nuts off.
Oh shit!
When I don't have my, I go there to get. Do not disrespect Pornhub like that. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh shit! Okay. You know what? You're right. You're right. My bad.
You are.
In addition to that,
you are really trash for that. But
no, I'm not.
Yeah,
Come on now. It was funny. It was funny. You laughed. Don't lie.
Okay.
Anyway.
So.
All right. The other thing.
Go ahead.
The other thing I want to touch on. Everybody's favorite topic. Everybody's favorite punching bag. We all know who he is. Roman and the Reigns.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What? Did you watch the video? Did you watch the video?
Yes, I did. I gave him a shout out. Yeah, JD. I forgot his whole name.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
JD from NY.
As fuck. Especially when he said that Jinder Mahal looks like a WWE 2K18 create player. I was done.
Oh, hey, bro. Hey, that nigga got heat for Jinder for days. That nigga got got a shirt for Jinder. He done made Jinder a shirt.
And
He done made like 3 Roman shirts.
what's it called?
The Jinder shirt, it says it's a take on the Ghostbusters logo, but the ghost is made to look like Jinder.
Oh.
And instead of Maharaja, it says Failure Raha, which is what he calls him. And he got 2 Roman shirts, and I'm getting both of them. No, he got 3 Roman shirts, but there's 2 that I'm getting. One is the one from WrestleMania 34. They do it for Roman.
Oh, gee. That's
and the other one is the new one that's coming out with the picture of the Roman helmet, and it says, "And his empire is still not over."
That's so fucked up. But I'm getting
both.
I'm getting that shirt. That shirt gives me so much fucking life. And no, I'm not being a mark. I just do not care for Roman Reigns. I never did care for Roman Reigns. I just think that this man is completely overrated. And it shows every fucking year. But you know, fans
Year
me off about
after year,
bro. What pisses me off about fans are so fucking delusional. They see the shit right in front of them, but yet they take the time to like put some alternative facts on the table and then thinking that no one is going to notice. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't play that game. I don't do the alternative facts. Nigga, if you trash, you trash. Plain and simple.
Hold up. Did we talk about what he said a couple days ago?
You said what?
Did we talk about what he said a couple days ago?
Who? Roman Reigns?
Roman.
What did
out his mouth?
What do you say?
Before Raw on Monday when they was in England.
Mm-hmm.
Some news site caught up with him and they was talking to him about the negative fan reaction and like what would he do to combat the negative fan reaction.
Mm-hmm.
This nigga said possibly the worst shit he could possibly ever say. This nigga opened his mouth and said, let me see, what was it to the effect of? He basically, I don't care about the fan reaction as long as they coming in, I'm doing my job, which is drawing in the fans. I said, no, nigga, you're driving them away. Did you not watch Backlash? Did you not go back and watch WrestleMania? They left. They're walking out. You're not drawing them in. You're driving them away. Like, what?
You know, on that note, bro, I'm gonna go to the next caller. I'll see you later.
All right, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. So let's go on to the next caller. All right, Shad, you are next. And like I said, for the first time callers, please join our podcast. We are not going to judge you. We are not here to judge you. We are just here to debate, have fun, and that is what the show is about. You understand? All right. And remember to subscribe to this podcast, YouTube, at #HeelsForLife Wrestling Podcast on YouTube.com. Yeah. All right. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
What's good? What's good, man?
I wanted to say this to you in your face. It was an honor to outsmart you on WWE 2K18. See, that's what happens when light-skinned motherfuckers like you decide to up your chair and think that you are high and mighty and shit. But you know what I'm saying? Just like what Roddy Piper said, they think they have the question, they think they have the answers, but I always change the questions or whatever shit he said.
Yes, I give it to you. You were genius. 2 out of 3 falls. Yeah, I got that first pin, and I walked off thinking like, okay, match is over. I pinned him. People hit me up and was like, yo, your match ain't done. my boy got a controller from me, like, and it was like trying to play for me. I'm like, no, give me the controller.
I
So I
thought
got
you.
school.
That's what I'm saying. Like I thought, like you
Nah,
would probably know that I like changed the rule,
nah,
but no, we gonna come with this.
nah.
But no, but let's go on to some other shit though. Okay, so like
I
what? Huh?
was saying, congratulations, you got your win, but go ahead.
That's fine. That's no. This is your time now. I'll kick your ass later on in life. You know what I'm saying? But
Oh, I thought you were about to ask a question though.
oh, the question. No, I just wanted to ask you, like, you know what I'm saying, like some of the shit that we have talked about. Like, what's your thoughts about some of this shit? Like, bad booking and
Oh,
and
okay.
range and
So
stacking.
the whole Rousey Nia Jax thing, because I watched that,
Mm-hmm.
and even it shocked me the most that Rhonda was like, yeah, I don't deserve this shot. There's other women, that deserve it. This is one of them things where I feel like WWE is doing, like, I don't want to say they're pretty much they're pulling their own puppets in the string. But Rousey was like, I'm not doing this shit. I don't deserve this. I don't want this.
Mm-hmm.
WWE put that pressure on that girl this time, is what I'm seeing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's point blank obvious. But I mean, where will it go? Will she take the title? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
that's a wait and see thing.
So,
Um,
so do you think that? I mean, do you think that this can go up, or do you think that this can go down? Because the way I see it, like, I don't want to call her bitches or anything, but Rhonda, like, you just got in the WWE, and now, saying you want to be like, oh no, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready, but underneath it, bitch is happy as hell. I would be happy as hell if I just came into WWE and I'm already getting title shots and shit. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Come on. That shit was fake. Look.
well, you also had Charlotte Sea Booty, as we just found out what she was. Sorry, man. Um, Charlotte was like, you better take it, you better do it. You know, Rollins was like backing down, but here Charlotte was like, you better take it because you don't always get this opportunity. And I'm sitting there like, yo,
Mm,
what did I just watch, man? It's just
mm,
one of those things.
mm. So, what do you think about the WWE's like potential new TV deal? I mean, do you think it's like completely stupid or like?
I laughed. I laughed at that. I'm not gonna lie. I just read about that today, matter of fact. And when I read that, it's like, yo, they saying like that's like I compared that to you got a band that's trying to make it in the music game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you got that one person that's like, well, we like you, but you gotta get rid of your friends. You know what I'm saying? So that's like they said, you know what I'm saying? So that's like, yo, we love Raw, but SmackDown, they vocals ain't straight. Let's kick SmackDown to the curb. Where you know what I mean? So that's like, yo, what do Vince and Triple H or whoever do? Because USA is saying, yo, we like this, but we don't like that. That means to me, you need to take your whole entire brand, Raw and SmackDown, and just make it all in one. Now, yeah, it's a 3-hour show. It might be hard to do.
Right.
There's a lot of things you got to do and adjust. But if they tell you they like your one show and not the other, I don't know.
I'm not feeling, bro. Honestly, like I'm like really not feeling that because like if you tell me that, and then on top of that, like why in the fuck are you getting rid of? Why are you willing to sacrifice a show that actually bring in quality matches, quality ratings, and actually will put butts in the seat over versus something that like sits there and like talks for like almost an hour or so. I mean, like, because if it's all for like commercials, I think they're wasting their time. Seriously.
I mean, it's sad because I think about that and I think about how what network had ECW and they got shut down. ECW got shut down and off the air. What was it?
You said which one? I didn't catch
It
that.
was a network that I think it was Sci-Fi. Sci-Fi had ECW before ECW got shut down because their ratings were so, now they doing it to SmackDown.
Trying to help me out. Now I know like 19 of y'all are like on here, so like come on. TNN? Is that
I
what
don't know
it
if it
is?
was TNN. I think it was Sci-Fi. It might have been TNN.
TNN, yeah.
But
Okay.
whatever network it was, though, it's like saying like, they didn't, ECW wasn't drawing in the seats and the ratings and all that. And now you got SmackDown that's not doing it.
Okay. If you want to sit there and gonna say some shit like that, okay. All right.
No. I'm not saying like I don't believe SmackDown is not a bad show. SmackDown to me is not a bad show at all. It's just when I read that article, I'm like, well, damn, we just had the
Bro, I'm loving you, man. You wake my damn baby up.
brand extension.
I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off.
My bad, man. We just had the brand extension and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what do you do when you got a network saying, "Hey, we don't like your one show, but we want to keep your main, A show," is what they call it.
To be really honest with you, that's really disrespectful. I mean, like that's really disrespectful. I mean, like you could tell. I'm gonna give you like one more minute, but you can tell that these motherfuckers that saying this shit do not watch SmackDown. Like you can watch SmackDown for 2 hours and get your life. Meanwhile, on Raw, like you sit there for like 3 hours and shit. Like, this is what y'all do for 3 hours? Y'all talk 1 hour, then y'all talk like maybe 30 minutes, and then y'all want to get into the wrestling part. By that time, I'm already knocked out. I'm already dreaming.
I mean, SmackDown is in the original. They stick to 2 hours. Raw with their 3-hour thing. Raw is watching it every Monday review.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they should do. But I get what the WWE is trying to do for that full hour. All they do is sit back and advertise dirty ass chicken that puts you in the bathroom within less than 5 minutes. Who in the fuck wants that shit? I don't want that damn dirty ass chicken and shit. That shit give me diarrhea. Anywho, as always, thank you so much for coming on the show. First of all, where are you calling from? I know where
South Carolina, man.
Okay, awesome.
South Carolina.
All right, brother. I will talk to you later. Thanks for coming.
No problem.
All right, everybody. Let's go on to. You know what, Doc? I have not came on in a while, so I'm gonna pick on him real quick. And everybody, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We definitely appreciate it. It's been an awesome fucking podcast. Thank you so much for coming on. And remember to share this podcast. As a matter of fact, we are up to 95 shares. That is awesome as fuck. That's awesome. All right. So let's bring on Mr. Doc. I can see what he got to say.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah, we still got like another hour. Okay. All right, Doc. We are waiting your presence, sir. Man, I am in the middle of a fucking podcast. I do not want to talk about, do I want to go see Deadpool? You already know the answer. Of course I want to see it. Okay. All right, Mr. Doc Ock, I do not know where he... Okay, so he was here? Okay. All right, so let me see if I can add him myself. Hold on a second. Let me try to add him again. Yes. There he is. There's Mr. Doc Ock. All right. So, Doc Ock, where are you calling from, sir?
I'm from Waukegan, Illinois. That's actually like a town an hour away from Chicago.
Awesome sauce. All right. So, you haven't been on the show in a while. So, I know that you got to break down some of this shit that we've been talking about. So what's going on? What's inside your head?
Yeah. Well, I want to talk outside of the WWE because I think we've been in the WWE bubble for too long. There's some stuff that is going outside of the WWE. Obviously, you've heard about All In about the pay-per-view that the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes is trying to do in Chicago?
On our Ring of Honor, right?
It's not a Ring of Honor thing. It's actually a huge independent wrestling show that they're going to have.
Really?
But they're going to have people. Yes, they're going to have people from Ring of Honor, Impact, and some other companies, wrestling companies, are coming together for this big event that's happening in Chicago. Now, I actually was in the press conference in Chicago, and they were promoting it, but also Cody is going to challenge the NWA World Champion for a title shot, the same title that his dad once held 30-something years ago. The current guy who is the champion is Magnus from Impact.
Yeah.
So he's going to challenge. Yeah, he's going to challenge him for that. I try to get tickets for that event, but the tickets were sold out within less than 30 minutes.
Now, speaking of, go ahead.
Now, what I also heard, well, it's confirmed that Rey Mysterio is going to be there. He might challenge the villain Marty Scurll within a match. Flip Gordon is trying to get into the All-In wrestling events. There might be rumors that CM Punk's going to be there.
What?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here. Are you serious?
Yes, I am serious. Because also I go to because of the Pro Wrestling Tees place. It's in Chicago. I went there for the press conference, and they have certain people that are going to be there. CM Punk's name is actually going to be there the day before the wrestling event.
Oh wow! Oh shit! Oh my goodness! Oh, we got to talk about that on another podcast. Yeah, Torres said he want to talk about some NXT shit, and this is your forte. So what do you think was going on? Like, you know, guys like Ricochet, Velveteen Dream, and Lars Sullivan. What do you think about all of that? I mean, do you think that there are, like, you know, when is your fear, like, when they get to the main roster, they're not going to be utilized? I mean, like, what do you think about that?
Okay, I'm going to give my quick review on that. I want to go back to that All-In thing right after I give you my comment about it. Like, okay, I worry about Ricochet because he will probably be treated like dirt for certain because of Vince McMahon. He's kind of a small guy and he doesn't sell that well. You know how Vince is when it comes to people who are very small. Lars Sullivan.
Right.
He's built like a monster, and you know Vince likes big guys.
Yes.
So he'll find a way to build Lars Sullivan into a next monster. And I'll probably say a year or two from now, he's going to make Lars Sullivan like the greatest opponent for Braun Strowman. That's my personal belief. But like I said, NXT, you know, they do have good potential stars. I also heard rumor that the Revival went back to NXT.
Yeah, I heard about that. Bro, what's up with that?
You know, I really don't know about it. Maybe because they weren't doing a good job in the main roster, they decided to probably come back. I don't know whose decision it was, but if you have the Revival go back to NXT, maybe they have a better opportunity there. Hopefully, they might be something like Chris Hero, Cassius Ohno, where he's been there for a while and he's just helping build stars. What if the Revival's there just to build tag teams? You know,
that might.
But you know, you're gonna.
But you know as well as I do, Doc Dad,
the Revival is probably one of the best, NXT tag team champions in their history. So I'm them going back to NXT. I don't even feel bad. I don't, because they was not utilized, right on the main roster at all. Like, they came on there and immediately got like trashed. I mean, the second they stepped on the main roster. So that's why I say that's cool with me. Go somewhere where they're you know what? The Ascension is next.
They should go back for that.
I'm gonna give you one more minute. Just say what you gotta say, or whatever.
Okay. So going back to that All In pay-per-view thing, there's also going to be a convention for wrestling podcasters. It's going to be called Starcast, and it's going to be like a 3-day event. So you're going to have Tony Schiavone, Bruce Pritchard, X-Pac, both of the members from MWO, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, DDP, Magnum TA. You're going to have all these guys who not only are in the podcast, but friends of wrestling. They're all going to be there. Even Macaulay Culkin is going to be there.
Macaulay Culkin, I didn't know he was a wrestling fan.
Yeah, he's a huge wrestling fan, so he's going to be there. They're trying to also get, the actor who played Mr. Belding from Saved by the Bell? They want him to be there too, because he's also a huge wrestling nerd.
I didn't know that. Oh, wow. Wow. No, damn, learn something new every day. Damn. I did not know that.
So, if anybody's interested, there is actually a wrestling podcast convention in Chicago called Starcade. So I'm not sure if it's going to be at the same week where they're going to have the all-in wrestling event. I'm not sure if it's going to be pay-per-view, but I do want to see it. So I'll keep you guys posted if anything comes up.
Yes, please.
So, but that's all I got to say.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much for coming on, as always. Yes, and keep us informed about what was it again? You said it was
it's called Starcast.
Starcast? Okay.
All In is the Starcast is the convention that they're having. All In is the wrestling event that they're trying to have.
Cool. All right, man. Good night, bro.
Yeah, night.
All right, let's go on to this caller. All right, Keenan, you are up next. And once again, I'm taking 3 more callers. So if you want to come on,
well, Diva has arrived, bitches. It's time for some more tea. Time for some more tea.
Oh my God! All right, so we know that you got the tea, so you might as well spill it. Go ahead.
All right. First thing first, let me just say something about little Miss Charlotte. First, ruptured titties, and now her teeth are missing. Really, bitch? Really?
Wait a minute. Whoa. Okay, so did her teeth fall out when her titties imploded, or was this before or after? Like, which one was it?
This was after like her titties like ruptured and everything. This happened in a house show over in Europe during a match with Carmella. Carmella, I think, accidentally knocked her teeth out. So Charlotte had to like fly back to the U.S. to get that corrected and everything, get her new smile. I seen it. I follow Charlotte on Instagram, so that's how it happened. And I heard on wrestling, Ringside News, and I feel so bad for Charlotte right now. I really do.
You know what?
I'm sorry, that's just the tea. That's just the tea. I'm sorry, but Charlotte, get it together. I love you, but get it together, sweetheart. Come on.
You're not shit for that comment. So you telling me she had one of them smiles from like one of them what's the dental commercials where your like teeth is like really, really white and shit?
Yes. He has to. Probably half the wrestlers in WWE has that shit. Seriously. probably half the wrestlers in WWE has that shit on dead
So
serious.
that's not Crest or anything, because Crest does make your teeth look like that though.
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's true. That is true.
Teeth look like that. But anyway, we're gonna go on from her Kodak smile to her no, damn. All right, so what else do you want to talk about? Like anything that you noticed or anything that you want to bring up on the podcast? Well, what's going on?
Well, one thing that I definitely need to bring up is that, okay, about Nia. I really commend her going up to Rhonda and challenging her for the Raw Women's, or challenging her to face her for the Raw Women's Championship and Money in the Bank. Another thing that's just comes to my mind is that, this is Rhonda's second pay-per-view match after WrestleMania.
Yes.
And right now, they're still over in Europe. So Rhonda is now in house shows, getting her feet wet in that system. That way, she could be ready to, be wrestling full time and everything, especially on Monday Night Raw. So for Nia to go to Rhonda and ask her, to face her, I totally commend Nia for doing that. Is it a little early for Rhonda to get a title shot this early? A little mixed. I say yes because that Rhonda, she's a bad bitch. But I said no because she basically got into WWE and she basically just had one match so far. And for the fact of the matter is that this is going to be her second match in the pay-per-view. And what I'm worried about is that if Rhonda wins at Money in the Bank, I wonder how many people are going to shit on her all because of her being Nia and her winning the Raw Women's Championship this early in her WWE career.
So are you saying that the WWE didn't plan this before they made the match? Because it seems like that they're opening up a Pandora's box that might never be closed. Because it could hurt both women. Literally.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Because, Nia is actually red hot as, the Raw Women's Champion right now, and she's got a good thing going with that. So, whatever happens between, those two women in Money in the Bank, I mean, I think this is probably one of those matches that will probably bring their house down because you got a big girl in Nia Jax. You got a tough bitch with Ronda Rousey. Those two could bring the house down. I could tell. I could possibly tell that, they will bring the house down. Another thing that I had.
Uh-oh. Looks like we lost him. See, this is why I be telling folks, I keep telling people, stop using that Wi-Fi. Stop using that McDonald's Wi-Fi service when you come up on here. See, as you can see, he is froze in time. Now, what do we do about that shit? You can't AT&T, and you cannot, because AT&T, they're trash. So always go to Spectrum, 1-800-627-2288, and I will hook you up with some great internet service. I'm just playing. Anyway. Okay, I'm bringing you back. Hold on.
Hold the fuck up, bitch! I do not have AT&T wireless, okay? I have Xfinity. Thank you. But, sorry, my camera got cut off. Sorry, my shit got cut off. I'm sorry. I thought that was you at first. I'm sorry. But,
no, boo. No, you will not come for me or my internet. All right. Keep going. What would you say?
Okay. Another thing I would like to bring up is that do people actually think that Carmella is going to beat the hell out of Asuka for the SmackDown Women's Championship?
No.
Carmella isn't going to beat shit. Asuka is going to win. We all know that.
No. Because Asuka would snap her fingers just like Thanos and wash that bitch away. Now we know on paper and in reality, Carmella is no match for Asuka. She is not ready for Asuka on any shape or form. The only thing she can do is cheat. That's the only thing in her arsenal that she can use. She can't do low blows because both of them are fish. So That's just not going to work.
Speaking of low blows, being that Shinsuke won this past Tuesday on SmackDown, and he get to choose the stipulation of him and AJ's match at Money in the Bank, I have a feeling in the back of my mind, probably his number one pick, since he like to do it like low blows against AJ. I figure it's going to be a last man standing match. That's what I think it's going to be.
I
would love to see that.
Mm-hmm. But see, in the last man standing match, same thing can happen. They can knock each other out. They can kick each other in the dick, and they could stay down for the 10 count. So we'll still have the situation will still be unresolved. Now, what they could do is they could do an Iron Man match. That way,
that'd be good. That'd be good.
I think what they're going to do is they're going to wait for a bigger pay-per-view for for a better stipulation. Right now, Money in the Bank is basically just a big hardcore type of pay-per-view. So they're not going to do one of those type of matches there. They're going to wait for a bigger stage, which is SummerSlam. So
and the fact that they won't be in Chicago, so they're going to tear the house down. So for the fact that it doesn't matter
for me, and I can't even go. Yeah,
I still cannot believe that I really thought that Brock Lesnar was going to defend his title and Money in the Bank, and to find out that he's not.
No, he's not going to defend his title until SummerSlam.
Here we go.
Yeah, so. But thank you so much, Kenan, for your comments. Appreciate it, as always.
Anytime. Peace out.
All right, everybody. So let's go on to our next caller. Let's see how many minutes we got left. Okay, so we got 47 minutes. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right, so we're waiting for our next caller, Mr. Al Hakeem. So we're just waiting for him to show up real quick so we can get his thoughts. So don't make me do. There you go. All right. So, Mr. Al, how you doing?
I'm good, man. You slaughtered my name a lot, but it's all right, brother.
What do you mean?
You call me Al, Akeem, Al, Areem. Just call me Kareem. Kareem is good. I promise.
You know, black folks are bad with names. I'm sorry, Kareem.
It's there you go. You got it. Kareem. There you go.
So, all right. So, where you calling from, sir?
Missouri.
All right. All right. So, I know that you have a lot to talk about, and I know you can't get it all in 6 minutes, but go ahead. Let's hear your thoughts.
Well, we're going to talk about that SmackDown deal. I know y'all missed my comment because a lot of stuff was going on, but you know who's the happiest that this is happening right now, that they don't want SmackDown right now? The happiest person in the world is Vince McMahon. You know why? Because now it's a bargaining chip, because so many companies want SmackDown because they want a piece of the WWE. So now in a bidding war, the highest bidder wins, obviously. So if that's the case, then SmackDown is going to go for a significant amount of money. So Vince already has, y'all said, $500 million on Raw. Well, guess what? If somebody wants SmackDown, they have to be able to compete with that type of money to get it. So therefore, Vince wins regardless, because the best thing that happened to him was the fact that Universal or NBC Universal said, you know what? We don't want this. So Fox and other people are competing. I wouldn't even be surprised if ESPN is in that mix at this point, because they've been doing so much coverage of it. And at one point, ESPN did carry wrestling, the AWA back in the day. Okay. They might want to jump back into the wrestling game. You know what I mean?
I mean, they're showing cornhole for on ESPN now, so you know they want a piece of the WWE.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking on this like Rhonda situation, Rhonda and Nia and Asuka and Carmella, I'm starting to think that that's just not by mistake, but it's by design because of all the flack they got for the Greatest Royal Rumble and not having women included, that they wanted to put forth their strongest women's matches possible, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't put the absolute strongest women's matches on the card to remind people like, hey, we got the best women, or excuse me, we're trying to put the best women forward, or foot forward in terms of the women or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to jump off of here because my kid's crying, and sorry. You know it gets real on the podcast. I gotta jump off. Well, I'll come back later, dog. Well, not later, but I'll be around.
Go handle your. All right. Like I said, you never know what happens on this podcast. All right, let's go on to the next caller. All right, let's go to Sean. 240. So Sean, how you doing?
What's up, bro?
Not too much. All right, so
hey y'all, I'm on. What's up, brother? First off, it's been a while since I've been on, so still love what y'all are doing.
Yes, it has. Wow, I'm glad that you decided to come back and show us your breath. You know.
Well, my work schedule is quite strenuous, and since Matt Collins is so busy doing other things, trying to take over the world with his other tag team partner, the Nation of Devastation, I understand. It's okay. I love you, Matt.
Okay.
But anyway,
right.
to go with
all right, so I don't know if you've been following the WWE because of your schedule, quote unquote, but I just wanted to get your your take about what we've been talking about this evening, or anything that you might have or whatever.
Okay, dude, the TV thing is gold. Let me tell you why. Okay. NBC is keeping Raw. Okay. Just like Kareem said, another network is going to pick up SmackDown. Vince has just turned SmackDown into its own entity. It's going to be SmackDown in whatever company they end up on, whether it be what used to be Spike or ESPN or whatever, versus NBC and Raw. You have basically created your own actual Monday night or Tuesday night wars. You have given them something to compete against each other with. So that's why they're doing that. So
now,
I mean,
this war can actually work even though it's under the same company.
If they do it right. Only if that Vince lets creative not screw the pooch like they have with everything else they've been doing lately. So
okay. All right. Go ahead.
And there's something else that I don't think that y'all have touched on or anything. I don't know if you caught wind, but did you hear?
I think we lost him. I think we lost Sean. Hold on a second, y'all. Yeah, I think we lost Sean. Okay. Let's get Sean back real quick. Sean, if you never mind. I see him. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, you gotta love technology. Oh my goodness. Sean. All right, Sean, I'm adding you back. Oh, we can't. Okay. Sean, I had to get rid of you because I do not know what the fuck was going on. Sound like a vibrator. I'm gonna add you back. And hopefully that vibrator is gone. So Sean, if you're still here, let me add you back without the vibrator. Let's do this. Y'all need to really stop. You know, Waffle Houses do not have Wi-Fi service. Don't do that. I'm sorry. I'm literally like all day, y'all. I have literally been on a petty fest. Like seriously. I mean, and y'all not making it no better. But no, let's bring Sean back on. Oh my god! See, this is what happens when you have too much Jack Daniels. Well, he had like a smidge, but you know what I'm saying. There he is. And please do not get upset with me. Don't do that. I ain't do it. All right.
It ain't y'all, bro. I live in Bumfuck Egypt, Georgia. It's the Wi-Fi, and I do have Spectrum. Thank you. So.
All right. Continue with what you were saying before you got cut off.
But I don't know if you caught drift that Rich Swann signed with TNA.
Yes, and I did. I was gonna bring it up, but I'm glad you brought it up. Yeah. So it's just unfortunate that he's on the wrong company. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. Rich Swann should be on 205 where he belongs. You know, it just really fucking that Vince is so fucking short-sighted that he just doesn't see that money is right there in that division. As a matter of fact, speaking of people that were slapping bitches around or allegedly slapping bitches around, Enzo Amore, he is dropped from all charges. Like all the charges are, the case is closed, basically. So, do you think he should come back to the WWE, even though some fans don't want him to be back?
Okay, here's the thing with Enzo, is Enzo is not built for WWE right now. He has all the mic skills in the world, but his in-ring talent, you know, is not there. He needs to be in TNA where they're going to put him up with guys that can carry him. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of guys that are willing. Okay, you look at what the WWE's done to Neville and everyone else. You know what I'm saying? And, okay, these guys that have all the fucking talent in the world, and they're getting buried because, like, I believe, I don't think it was Kareem, but it was one of the other callers we had in, said Vince has a thing for big guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I get that, okay, but you're going to bury your business because some of the best parts of WCW, man, what are the cruiserweight battles? Okay? If you're going to do what?
No, one of the callers is up there like in my shirt. I'm just like,
okay.
No, keep going.
No, dude. There's a lot that could be done, and honestly, I think that this brand split's going to be good. I think Enzo needs to stay far, far away from wrestling. I think Rich Swann is going to get somewhere where he can succeed and then make a comeback. You know what I'm saying? I think he'll main event over at Impact and do what needs to be done. And we will go from there. But give me I'm going to jump off here, brother, and I will be back next week. I will see you then.
All right, man. Take care. Thanks for coming. Damn, we got like more callers. Okay. All right. Julian. All right. So, okay. I'm going to get shit. Damn. All right. I'm going to get Ken, and then we got to end it there, unfortunately, because I got to jump off in a minute. All right. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
What it do, man?
And where are you calling from?
Milltown, man. Milwaukee.
Indeed. Hometown boy. All right.
Yeah.
So you probably been listening to what we've been talking about. So what are your thoughts?
I did hear about the Enzo Amore case. I heard about Well, I knew from the start. The girl lying. She wasn't being truthful. She was just trying to get somebody fired, trying to get somebody in trouble, telling everybody like, yeah, I was sleeping with a famous wrestler. I was laying in bed next to a famous wrestler. Like, if you was laying in bed next to a famous wrestler, where are the pictures? Where are the evidence? She didn't give us any. No evidence, no pictures, no nothing. So I knew Enzo was innocent. I knew he was innocent from the start. But as far as him going back to WWE, I mean, like, only time will tell. I don't even know if WWE is even going to let him come back, because from what I'm hearing is, like, even before the whole allegation case came about, he was already in hot water with the company. He was already in hot water with WWE. So I don't even think they even let him come. Even if he tries to go back to WWE, I don't even think they're going to even let him go. Because when him and Big Cass started as a tag team, when him and Big Cass was teaming up and whatever, they mostly had their eyes on Big Cass. They didn't have no eyes on Enzo. Yeah. It's like when Cass went out with his leg injury and Enzo was on 205, winning the Cruiserweight title and whatnot, I think it was like, behind the scenes, it was like, okay, yeah, Enzo, he's the Cruiserweight champion, he's taking over 205 Live and all this and that. But then it's like, the question is, when is Big Cass coming back? Right. When is he going to come back? That's pretty much what they were looking at behind the scenes when Enzo was taking over 205 as the Cruiserweight champion and everything like that. I would have just looked at it and been like, if y'all didn't like Enzo that much, why didn't y'all get rid of him earlier?
Day one.
Like when Cass went out with his leg injury, why didn't y'all get rid of him then? But when this whole allegation things happened, and yes, he didn't tell him. He never said anything to anybody. He just kept it to himself. Yes, I understand that. But if he was already in some heat with the company, why didn't they get rid of him before? And just been like, we don't want him. He's not meant for this company. He's out.
Because I guess Enzo was bringing some type of relevance to 205, so the WWE didn't want to fuck with that. So that's why they were just like, okay, let's just let him stay there until he fucks up. So this whole allegation about him raping this one chick was only was adding more fuel to the fire of them getting rid of him. No matter if he was guilty or not, they wanted to get rid of him, but they couldn't just get rid of him just like that, because he was under contract, or supposedly. I don't know if he was under contract, because they let him go like really, really quick. But I still feel that he was an awesome fucking heel. He was like one of the he actually brought some type of relevance to the Cruiserweight Championship. Like, he was a heel that everybody wanted to be. And also, he was a mouthpiece, which they don't have on 205. That's why we don't really talk about 205 like that, because no one really talks about 205. The only time we talk about 205 is when they had that one match with I think it was, I forgot dude's name. He went against Cedric Alexander at WrestleMania. He was fighting this one dude. What his name was.
Was it Mufasa Ali?
Yes, he fought this one cat. I don't know. I never seen this cat before, but them two had a phenomenal match on 205. And it's up because, like, 205 is just like, it's either we're talking about it or we don't. And that show got too much talent to not be talked about at all. I would love to come on this podcast and talk about 205, but it didn't really show me anything.
I've been done for like 45 minutes.
You say you talked about it for like, you say you seen it for 45 minutes?
Nah, somebody was here. I was talking to them.
Okay. So what about some other stuff that you were seeing around the WWE, like the TV deal, creative writing? I mean, I would love to hear your input about that.
My thing is, man, I don't know if you heard, but I think sometime next year move SmackDown Live to another station.
Yeah, we was
'Cause
talking. They was talking to Fox, if I'm not mistaken. Fox or
yeah,
Fox.
they trying to, but they also trying to. They said unless y'all give us both Raw and SmackDown, then we'll take the offer. But only offer they want to give them is SmackDown. But they want both Raw and SmackDown to go there.
Let me clear that up. They only want Raw. They said fuck SmackDown. So they said if they would take the deal if they had Raw and SmackDown go to another show. I heard Fox is going after SmackDown. That's one of the that's actually one of the outlets that actually want SmackDown. I forgot there was another network that wanted SmackDown, but I forgot what it was. But I know Fox is in the running for SmackDown. But what's the NBC Universal is willing to give Raw $1 billion to stay on their network. Yes, $1 billion. And I'm sorry,
they better take that offer.
But what about SmackDown? Come on now.
If they make the same offer, take them both. I'll take them both. You give me that same offer, I'll take them both.
But they said one or the other. They said they don't want SmackDown. They want Raw.
Oh,
which
they
I
want,
understand.
Flagship. They want the flagship show. They don't want the other guys.
Well, unfortunately, the flagship show is trash, and I don't think that these people that did this this offer did their research. Hell, I don't even think they even watch wrestling, because how the fuck would you want $1 billion for a show that has mediocre type of ratings, and this is their flagship show, and their B show is outdoing the A show, which, but yeah, you want them for $1 billion. The fuck out of here with that bullshit. So, but anyway, just one final thought. What's your what else did you want to talk about before you depart?
Basically, I did hear earlier in the show that they said Rich Swann is with Impact now.
Yes.
Damn, when did they make that off, or when did they make that deal?
I think I seen this last week, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I seen this last week. They said that Rick Swann joined Impact. So I don't know how I feel about that, because I don't watch Impact at all.
Nah, because after the whole incident between him and his girl, I didn't think anybody was gonna take him.
Oh no, you'd be surprised, especially I mean, there was no charges that was brought to him. So like, why not bring him? I mean, I would. Shit, he's one of the best. He's one of the best talents that 205 had to offer at that time. So I would have did the same thing. I would snag them too. So, all right, brother. Well, thank you so much for coming on. As always, thank you so much for participating on hashtag HEELS4LYFE.
No problem, man. See you later.
See you. All right. So we have to end the show, but everybody stay where you are. Stay where you are. Stay where you are, because we got one last segment to go, and this one is like one of our funniest ones. It's called Trash of the Week. So what me and Matt do, we basically it could go from fans, the WWE, outside the WWE, anybody that does stupid ass shit, we highlight them as trash of the week, and we talk about them like a fucking dog. So I'm about to bring Matt on here real quick, if he's still on. I think Matt. Okay, Matt, I need to bring you on real quick so we can go ahead with our segment real quick. But I don't see the option to add you, so I'm just gonna wait for you to, give me your request so I can add you. So for the folks that is coming on for the very first time, and wants to know what trash of the week is. It's basically anybody that has done stupid ass shit. It could be on social media, it could be in a wrestling ring, it could be on TMZ when we see it or whatever. And if we feel that they're a candidate for trash of the week, we are going to put them on this podcast and we're going to spotlight them or whatever. And then we're going to let you know, or we're going to show you why they are trash of the week. So, all right. All right, so Mr. Matt Collins is coming on. So, oh shit, damn. Okay. All right, so let's see if I can. Matt, try send your request in one more time. And as always, everybody, please subscribe at our YouTube channel, #HeelsForLife Wrestling Podcast on YouTube.com. And always send us a thumbs up, letting us know how we're doing. And also send your comments, your concerns, and all that good shit. All right. So right now, what we're doing is we're waiting for Matt to come on so we can go ahead and do the trash of the week segment. Still trying to get his ass on. Let's see. So right now we're just waiting for Matt to come on. All right. I think I got him now. Okay. All right, so it looks like we got Matt right now. So let's all right. So welcome back, Matt, for our second trash of the week. All right, so what I am going to do is I am going to bust out the drum roll as like so. All right, so the trash of the week goes to, drum roll please. Thank you, YouTube, for that. So, trash of the week goes to Shane Dover. So, Shane Dover, I guess, one of those wrestling fans or whatever, where he thought that he could say some shit and he wasn't gonna get caught in his bullshit. So, this is what happened. So, I want y'all to follow along with me, okay? So, let me switch this over real quick. Okay. So, as you can see, Vin Russo or whatever, he said what he was saying on Twitter or whatever. So he was saying the absolute fact that I'm ready, willing, and able to appear at all in, while others ready to attempt to do everything in their power to keep me away from attending, tells you about them and everything that you need to know about me and them. And Mr. Cody Rhodes said, we don't award bad behavior, so stay away from our event. So this is what this motherfucker decided to say. Cody Rhodes is married to a black woman. So just for y'all to, just so y'all know, are you fucking serious? So let me see if I can get this right. So what Cody, who? So you mean to tell me that your motherfucking ass could not say anything pertaining to the comment that Cody Rhodes was basically telling Russo to go fuck himself and fuck off? Your ass is gonna come out your ass and gonna say some racial ass shit and gonna say, well, Cody is married to a black woman, so there you have it. Matt, this is what I mean about wrestling fans. Some wrestling fans like this is completely trash. You might want to see you say some shit you want to discuss something about anything. We could be talking about SmackDown. We could be talking about, Raw and how, like, the booking is terrible. And then all of a sudden you have this Muppet, this trash ass motherfucker that comes out of nowhere and just say some stupid ass shit and just say that Booker T is a nigga. And it doesn't have nothing to do of what we are talking about. So this motherfucker got straight up red. And that is why some wrestling fans I just do not care for whatsoever. Because when I see shit like this, your ass is going to be automatically red to the point where your ass is going to be crying and you will leave Facebook and you will go under another fucking post. I don't give a fuck. But with that being said, what's your thoughts about this? Because you actually brought this to my attention.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I mean, he could have pointed out anything else about that post, but instead he decided to point out pretty much the racist part. He was a racist about it, and basically, it's where that he got read the riot act by a lot of people, and honestly, I hope he pretty much stays off Facebook, shuts the hell up, and calls it a day. Because I mean, my opinion is that he needs to go on somewhere. I mean, we got enough BS going on in America that we don't need any more of this racist bullshit.
Exactly.
There's too much shit going on as it is. We don't need this shit.
And that's why I'm glad that you brought this to my attention, Matt, because this is just a plain example that, when it comes to racism, some wrestling fans are not immune to it, because at the end of the day, whether they're a wrestling fan or not, that racist shit still come out. And that's what really bothers me, because me and you, we like the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We might not be the same color, but we like the same thing. We both like wrestling. And for this motherfucker to come out his ass and say some shit about Cody Rhodes dating a black woman, that is lower than scum itself. And that says a lot about that person, about that individual, that motherfucker would say that shit just because he doesn't like black people or he don't like interracial relationships, which I don't really give a fuck anyway. That doesn't have nothing to do with me. It's just for the simple fact that you decide to put race in this comment that didn't have nothing to do with this post pertaining Cody Rhodes. You went after his wife. You went after racism. Or you tried to you wanted to put the KKK hoodie on and thought that shit was cute, but your ass got red in real life. So I'm going to tell people right now, for the people that are listening to this podcast, if I catch you doing that bullshit in my presence while you on this podcast, or if you in the yep, I like wrestling or whatever, your ass will fucking get red and you will be red on this podcast like a motherfucker. And like I said, when it comes to reading people, racist ass motherfucker, I pull no punches. I don't give a fuck about you or nobody else that you associate with, because them motherfuckers can get red too. And that's all I got to say. So, any final thoughts, bro?
Basically, I'm hoping and waiting for Money in the Bank. Hopefully it does the job it needs to do. If not, yeah. Basically, we'll keep it moving and move on to the next pay-per-view.
All right. So with that being said, Mr. Shane Dover, you Pikachu looking ass motherfucker, you are trash of the week. Be gone. All right. So we are going to end the show with that. On that note, Thank you everybody so much for coming on our show. Remember that we air at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern on my page. And remember to subscribe on YouTube because we're trying to get big on YouTube at #HeelsForLife Wrestling Podcast on YouTube.com. Until that time, I'm your host, Mr. King Bring It. That's Mr. Sea Dog. We'll see you guys next week. Good night, everybody.